I will understand if a lot of you are going to think that I'm lying. Because if this had not happened to me, I would think the story is absolutely nonsense. But I think we can reincarnate. This is going to be a bit long, and I tried to summarize, but I can't make it shorter without losing the message. I really wouldn't lie about this, because that would be really messed up. I'm doing this for all of us that have lost somebody that we really loved. Be it a grandmother, a cat, a dog, a mother, or father. I want to preface by saying that, for the most part, I was not completely convinced we could reincarnate because I had what I thought was a near-death experience once, and I personally didn't see any white light. I just went into absolute blackness. But that could have been because I was unconscious, not actually dead. What I'm trying to say is, I was not completely convinced in reincarnation up until this happened to me. My cat died last October. He was 19 years old and he died of congestive heart failure. It was a devastating loss for me. I saw him as my son, especially after living with him for 20 years. I kept hoping and praying he would come to me in dreams, and for a whole year he didn't. About 3 weeks ago, I finally have a dream where I see my old cat, and I tell him that I loved him and I hugged him and we're hanging out like we used to. When I woke up, I'm all happy and I go to tell my daughter that I had a dream with my cat. Not even 30 minutes later, this little black cat, about 6 months old, shows up at my back porch. And of course, I knew that it was not my cat. At least, not then. The minute I let the cat into the house, he went straight for my bed where he used to hang out, and he sat in the exact same place where he used to sit when he was younger. I can't explain it, except there's little things that he does, like looking for the litter box exactly where the litter box used to be. He also doesn't want to go where his old body laid. Every time he walks around that area, he kind of runs away from it. He has the same habits as an older cat, and understands so much more than a normal kitten. He's also really chill and calm, the same way that my old cat was, which is bizarre for a kitten his age. I know it could just be me projecting onto this little kitten, and I'm trying not to do that, but he keeps doing things that are really weird. He even answers to his old name, but right now I just call him Kitty for the most part, so I get it. But I'm not crazy. I'm fully aware of what I'm saying. I'm not in denial. I was fully at peace with the fact that my cat had passed away. I don't really have any more evidence than what I have stated. But he's not the only one that I think has reincarnated. When my daughter was 4 years old, she told me that I kept calling her name. And I said, "What are you talking about? I was not calling your name." But my daughter's name is my grandmother's name. I knew this when I told her that, but I was trying to see what she would say. And she insisted that yes, I was calling her name, and that's why she came. She said she was supposed to go to another planet, but instead, she came here to be with me. My teenage daughter has no recollection of ever saying this, but I wrote it down so I would never forget. When I asked her what this place was, she told me one thing which put chills down my spine. The name Lavinia. I had never heard that name come out of anybody's mouth before. The only one time that I had ever heard that name was in a book about a ship named the USS Lavinia. I found that name so entrancing that all I remember about that book is that ship's name. I can't even find the book again. I've looked everywhere. It's almost as if it never existed. I read it one summer when I was 10 years old. So imagine me at 36 years old hearing my 4-year-old tell me that one name that had haunted me and was never heard in 26 years. Nobody today is named that. It's a name from the 1800s. And to me that was a sign, because I knew that name was special to me, but I didn't know why. And apparently Lavinia was the caretaker when she was in that other world. She called it the world of a lot of light, so no doubt that Lavinia is something of mine too, and that I will also see her when I pass. One last thing before this becomes an epic novel. If you're hurting because somebody that you lost has gone away, just know that there may be a way for them to come back. It won't be exactly the same, but there will be things that will let you know that it is them. I think my cat reincarnated into my new kitty, and my daughter is my grandmother. I understand how crazy that sounds, but I'm almost positive that it's them because of certain things that happened. I'm so happy now that my loved ones are back. It's been a beautiful experience, and I hope the same for anyone watching this.